Cortana.
Hey, man.
Hey, oh, that's a neat shirt.
Yeah, it's the new Death Battle shirt available now in the Rooster Teeth store.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, everybody loves it.
Really? Like who?
Oh, well then.
Hey, I'm Master Chief, and this shirt's the best thing I've ever worn.
It's so soft. I wish I was in Death Battle.
What do you think, Jocelyn the intern? Speechless. The new Death Battle shirt, available now in Rooster Teeth store. Oh, I know you loved it. I do too.
Hey, did you get your pre-order for the SNES Classic? Of course you didn't. I mean, neither did we, but as long as we're fantasizing about owning an SNES Classic, we might as well fantasize about the games that we wish were on there as well. Hey, I'm Nervous Nick for Screw Attack's Top 10 Games Missing from the SNES Classic.
Number 10.
Have you ever wanted to skydive from 10,000 feet? Or rocketeer your way across the world? Me neither, sounds scary. But maybe Nintendo can bring all the whimsy and charm to such an extreme sport and save us from risking life and limb. Ah, that's better. Pilotwings, baby! Boom! Pilotwings does such an incredible job generating a massive aerial playground for extreme action thanks to the power of Mode 7. You'll fly planes, skydive, jetpack, and glide your way to earning your actual pilot's wings. But then your instructors are suddenly kidnapped and require you to take the helm of an attack chopper to save them. It's a fun way of ratcheting up the generally laid-back tone of the game as you dive through rings and land in the center of that bullseye. And nailed it. Just try not to get too frustrated by those one-shot deaths as you deliver the chopper to your stranded instructors. Lance! Get to the chopper!
Number 9.
If there is one thing ACTRAISER brought to the SNES, it is one of the greatest musical scores ever! That is one impressive French horn. Anyway, ACTRAISER is a world-building sim game with action elements, so you kind of get a bit of everything. Like, you are a god who comes down from the heavens to cleanse the land of evil monsters by cutting everything to bits with a huge sword. And once properly purified, a little cherub comes out to rebuild the town and encourage villagers to keep the monsters out. Now, I'm not saying that it's gonna be a better action game than the current offerings of, like, Super Castlevania 4, but it is a different enough game to stand on its own, which is why it's widely regarded as one of the best games on the platform, despite only having one sequel and never finding its way out of the second generation.
Number 8.
For a puzzle game that had nothing to do with Tetris, the misleading Tetris Attack is still one of the best puzzle games on the SNES. Actually, I take that back, it is the best. The battle of blocks were never as fierce as they were when playing a friend in Tetris Attack, dropping mad garbage blocks while clearing your own playfield, taking that sweet, sweet victory. That's right, Yoshi, I am the Match 3 master. Single player mode had this cutesy Yoshi Island story complete with Bowser motif, but there were so many other modes, most of them with multiplayer versions. So instead of crushing little AI dinosaur hearts with massive garbage blocks, you can now do that to your friends. Could there be anything more satisfying than that?
Number 7.
Star Fox ain't the only great shmup on the SNES. And yeah, Star Fox 2 is gonna be fine, I guess, but how about some UN Squadron on the SNES Classic? While it feels like many other games in its genre, UN Squadron is actually one of a kind. This shoot-'em-up had customization elements between levels, allowing you to upgrade planes and change loadouts. But of course, nothing's free, so with each level, you would earn money so you can eventually earn that legendary F200F fleet. That is, if you even get there at all. It'll take all manner of cluster bombs, homing missiles, and the devastating Mega Crush before you've destroyed enough enemies to earn that much dough. But there isn't anything this trio of mercenaries can't accomplish with just a bit of guidance. Now, if only the console version would let me play with a friend.
You are still dangerous. You can be my wingman anytime. Bullshit. You can be mine.
Number 6.
Seriously, couch co-op is absolutely one of the best things about the Super Nintendo. So many great titles were meant to be played with friends. And since 2 controllers come packaged into every SNES Classic, Super Smash TV would have been the perfect game for you and your bro. Or sis, I don't know. The wave-based arcade shooter feels like American Gladiators in the post-apocalypse, where toasters are now the main form of currency. Actually, I lied, it's still cash, but you still collect a whole bunch of toasters. Super Smash TV is presented as a show where two contestants battle for fabulous prizes, which include their own lives. And the host likes to regularly inject healthy enthusiasm into the commentary as you fight all manner of minions, mutants, and bosses.
Big money! Big prizes! I love it!
Survive long enough and the evil MC himself will hop into the ring for a grand finale showdown. That's the future, kids. Tank tread legs. I bet the ladies wanted to take him for a ride. Probably didn't.
Number 5.
If there ever were an award for the most adorable sim franchise in the history of sim franchises, Harvest Moon is winner winner chicken dinner. Sorry, Stardew Valley. Anyway, in Harvest Moon, your grandpa has passed away and left you with the farm, so it's up to you and your dog to keep it all going. You harvest vegetables, raise chickens, and upgrade your tools to become the baddest farmer in the world of Harvest Moon. Then you take all your personal wealth and go marry a suitable Mr. or Mrs. It's basically like Life the game, only twice as addicting and even more adorable. But like actual life, this game is punishing, and if you don't find a way to juggle all these responsibilities, something is bound to not go your way. But hey, at least you can escape your obligations to your family at one of the many festivals and get high on power berries.
Number 4.
Man, what can I even say other than that Chrono Trigger is one of the greatest RPGs ever made? The characters alone are reason enough to include it on the SNES Classic, but considering the groundbreaking mechanics and time-traveling narrative, it's kind of staggering that this was somehow not included. I love it for offering players the opportunity to navigate an overworld without random encounters. Then you've got the musical musings of Yasunori Mitsuda with Akira Toriyama visuals. I mean, how is this not in the list of 21 games? And sure, the other 4 best RPGs on the SNES were included, but don't leave off Chrono Trigger. New Game Plus surely makes the pack-in value of such an RPG already much higher than most of the other games. I'm just saying, Chrono and the crew didn't travel across all of time and space to be lost in Nintendo's bid for nostalgia.
Number 3.
For quite a while, Nintendo only had access to a couple notable fighting games, and none of them were exclusives. So when Rare brought the hot new arcade game Killer Instinct home to the Super Nintendo, it was a game changer for the big N. And it was also the only game with a sleek black cartridge. Widely considered one of the all-time best classic fighting games, KI brought a roster of unique and memorable characters in a battle to the death. It translated so smoothly from the arcade to the console with its colorful style and killer-cut soundtrack. It also stood out from other fighters with its automatic combo system, combo breakers, and the almighty Ultra Combos. That's why it should be on the SNES Classic. Its unique combo system helped it feel approachable to anybody, and it's also a great way to beat up your friends.
Number 2.
NBA Jam Tournament Edition is the definitive basketball experience on the Super Nintendo, and it totally should have been on the SNES Classic. Yet another great example of a game that has excellent couch co-op, but an even better versus mode.
From downtown, score!
Tim Kitzrow's booming voice still dominates the court, and then your flames would be burning up the net all night. It feels like the arcade is in your living room, funky music and all. The tournament mode also had some new additions, like removing computer assistance and on-court hotspots for sweet dunks. There were even more hidden characters as well, although Mortal Kombat combatants like Reptile and Sub-Zero unfortunately missed the cut. But hey, at least the Cleanser's still there. Like, come on, Nintendo, how'd you miss this one?
It's number 1.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time was arguably the peak of, well, a lot of things. It's the best Ninja Turtles game. We named it the best beat-em-up of all time. I mean, what's not to like? This was a port of the full arcade game, only powered by a 16-bit system with Mode 7. That's what made dope stages like Neon Knight Riders possible. Now, of course, this is a port, so not everything was the same as the arcade. Bosses were changed and animations were cut, but you know what? This game still had charm for days. I mean, heck, just look at the cover. That is Raphael front and center on a time surfboard, and then Leo's just barely keeping up. But anyway, brawling with your friend co-op or duking it out in versus, Turtles in Time was the classic TMNT arcade experience. Plus, you could even do crazy new moves like smacking enemies on the floor or throwing foot soldiers out of the TV. I could hardly wait to get together with my friend and take on Super Shredder to save the Statue of Liberty. Did I mention time travel? Pizza, Ninja Turtles, and all. Turtles in Time absolutely belongs on the SNES Classic because after playing arcade brawlers for years, it totally recaptures the joy of couch co-op and also turtle power. And for a secret number 11, I know TMNT is a superior beat-em-up, but there just aren't that many kinds of games on the SNES Classic, which is why we're going with Final Fight 3. It places you square in the boots of Guy and Mayor Hagar as you team up to clean the streets of Metro City on the Super Nintendo one last time. Thanks for watching this Top 10. We'll see you next time.